Vikramshila Gangetic Dolphin Sanctuary, often called VGDS, is located in Bhagalpur District of Bihar. It was notified in 1991 and is a 60-kilometer stretch of the Ganga River from Sultanganj on west to Kahalgaon on the east. The area colored in this image shows the boundaries of Important Bird and Biodiversity Area (IBA) and Key Biodiversity Area (KBA), both assessed in the year 2004. Due to floods during monsoon, the river course slightly varies year to year. Often sandbars are formed on the river, which are good habitats and breeding grounds for many birds. You can see various hotspots around this area as shown in this eBird picture. The first spot to go would be around Vikramshila Setu, which is also a landmark in Bhagalpur. 84 species of birds are found in only 9 sessions. It begs for more birder visits, and hopefully videos like this would help the cause. There are 2 hotspots named after Vikramshila Gangetic Dolphin Sanctuary, and both are marked on River Ganga, both on the west side of the Vikramshila Setu. You need to ride a boat to cover this distance and do your birding. We started our birding on the south side of the Ganga River, around a kilometer east from Vikramshila Setu. You can see the bridge on the far. The area was covered by soft sand. The first bird we saw was commoner red-wattled lapwing. Suddenly, our eyes were drawn to a large flock of fast-flying birds. They were flying in unison, and it was a view to remember. Upon closer inspection, we found these were common greenshank. I counted around 25 of them. After some flying around, they landed on our side of the river banks, around 500 meters away. Then it flew again and this time landed on the other side. They kept on doing the same. Land, fly, land again. Let's watch the flight of this flock once more, but this time in slow motion. Next time, they landed a bit closer to us. I saw several river lapwings also in the mix. As we were closely observing the flock, we noticed 2 Indian skimmers also in the mix. They were preening and was in a relaxed mood. But then they felt they should also show their flying skills and took off to the air. Our guide, Mrinal Kaushik, told us these birds were ringed by BHNS. As a custom, when we see any ringed birds, we are supposed to report, which he did. Their flag numbers are 51F and 85V. They were ringed in Chambal in June 2024, and here they are flying happily some 1500 kilometers away. These 2 birds gave a lot of good shots in Bhagalpur to many birders in 2024-25 winter. I have heard some sightings in 2025 winter also. I have covered Indian skimmer in details in my playlist on Satkoshia, where you can get to see them in large numbers in winter. I would request viewers to check that in my channel. We spent some more time here waiting for our boat to arrive and continued to enjoy the beautiful flight maneuvers of common greenshanks. We came here on first week of February. It was still pretty cold. The rays of sun were giving us good warmth. To travel on Ganga, we need to ride a boat. Our guide Mrinal Kaushik did all the arrangements. We also got a guard from government who was a designated Dolphin Mitra, which means friends of dolphin. They possess a lot of knowledge on wildlife that can be seen on and around Ganga. Our targets were birds, turtles and dolphin. The boat was motor driven and is decently fast. One suggestion, stay away from the motor as the smoke can stain your lens. I used my GoPro to check underwater activities, but the water had too much suspended particles and it was not possible to see anything. However, I did get some good snaps from the surface of water. Mrinal told the best time to see dolphin were December to January. We didn't find any dolphin in our trip in February, but planning to go there once more in right time, and once done, we'll post the link in the description of this video. We then saw a greater adjutant stork devouring a dead rotten cow carcass on a sandbar. I have covered this story in my video, Greater Adjutant Stork, Phoenix of Bhagalpur, Hargila Garur Story, Conservation Documentary. Please check the Bhagalpur playlist to see this in details. We then saw another Greater Adjutant Stork flying to a nearby sandbank. We followed the bird and went towards the sandbank. We saw a few woolly-necked storks, red-napped ibis on the land. We were trying to find a good place to land so that we could inspect the sandbank on foot. Finally, we could anchor the boat and got down on the sandbank. We went on barefoot. The sand was not too warm nor cold, so it was a pleasant walking on foot on the soft ground. The first bird that welcomed us was a little ringed plover. We saw few birds in the distance, but it was too far and with heat haze, it was tough to get a good picture of. Hence, we decided to walk towards it for close inspection. We were walking by the river and a light breeze and the sun made the weather very nice. As we walked closer, we could confirm there were 3 greater adjutant storks. The typical process we birders follow in such situation is, we take some pictures, then walk some more towards the bird, again pause and take picture, and the process repeats. This way, even if the bird flies away, we will have a set of pictures that would continue to get better. We can discard the older sets and keep snaps from closer distance. I have covered this in details in my Greater Adjutant Stork video I referred earlier, which you can see in Bhagalpur playlist. Mrinal then drew our attention to a sandbar in the middle of Ganga. He spotted a turtle. Bhagalpur is known for turtles, and 6 varieties of turtles are seen here. I plan to cover this in a separate dedicated video in future. Later on, I got this turtle identified as brown-roofed turtle, Panksura smithi. Our excitement suddenly grew multifold as we spotted a raptor on the central part of sandbank. It was too far and was tough to ID. It was eating or biting something. We thought it might be an eagle with a kill, but as we came closer, we realized it was our good old black kite. The sandbank was huge. It gets flooded during monsoon and then emerges back again, probably taking newer shapes. There was very little vegetation on it. The adjutants were still there. I took this minimalistic picture of my co-birder and friend Nilanjan Basu with the stork on the left side at a distance. We couldn't see much activity on this part. We only checked the west side of the sandbank as we were short of time. I'm sure, especially during peak winter, if someone spends a full session here, he will find many more birds. Loud calls were making the presence of ruddy shelduck felt for a long time. We could now see them on the north side of the sandbank. There were around 20 of them. We decided not to approach them close and took pictures from the distance. However, during editing this video, I spotted a bird on a pole. Due to poor quality, it is tough to ID. Wish could have gone closer to it and would know what it was. There was a very large flock of Openbill Storks, due to haze appearing like ghosts. We would see them again from the boat. As we started our return journey back towards our boat, we saw several sandlarks walking on the ground. Initially, they were running away from us, but soon felt comfortable and settled in doing their foraging and feeding. It was good to see these small birds active in that large open area. The area reminded me of the sandbank on Tista River in Gajaldoba. Places like this can be a treasure mine, and we might find many rare birds if visited more. As shown earlier, as of 2025, there are only handful checklists in this area. Hope with more birder visits, the list will continue to grow. The north side of the sandbank has a colorful and interesting landscape. Seems The water from monsoon did not fully dry up here. The mini water channels gave a feel as if water regularly came inside the banks, keeping it wet. I wonder why, as the water levels should not be rising in winter as rainfalls are not that common. This far from Bay of Bengal, and that too separated by Farakka Barrage, tidal currents won't also have any influence. Nevertheless, these watery areas created some nice color contrast with green and yellow. Algae formed on the shallow waters. This could be an excellent source of food, and I was wondering why did we not see more birds here. Guess it was late in the season as well as late in the day. If you come here, suggest explore this area a bit more. As you may guess, the ground was much harder here due to presence of water in the sand. We saw a dead bird then. Mrinal told it was a leftover of a peregrine falcon kill. It was time to return back to the boat. As we were moving away from the banks, saw that large flock of Asian Openbill Stork. Seemed they were done with their morning meals and were resting under the sun. I used to see them in large numbers in Rajarhat wetlands in Kolkata, but their population is going down rapidly. Hope this flock is not impacted by urbanization. Suddenly, a bird drew our attention on the water. In no time it vanished underwater before we could ID it. When it emerged, we realized it was a great crested grebe. Taking picture of any grebe is like a guesswork. They dip in the water and emerges from a different spot and keeps you wondering where it will come up next. We arrived back on the south side of the river and got down from the boat. Here we saw the two Indian skimmers again. I could now see the tags clearly visible. As we were walking towards our car, they started flying again, and I took this video which shows their flight patterns very well. I was hoping if they would come down to the water level for skimming and catch a fish, but they had other ideas in mind. Let me conclude this episode with this video. We went for this boat trip for dolphin, which we missed, but I had no regrets as it was a wonderful session in nature. I strongly suggest all to include this in your plan and spend some more time than 2 to 3 hours we spent. Explore the entire sandbank, ride a bit far in the river, especially on the west side where more birds are reported. You will go past the Vikramshila Setu and it would be a good view to ride below it. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and watch other videos. Please let your friends know about my videos on Bhagalpur and other hotspots and share the playlist with them. This will help Mrinal Kaushik in his endeavor to popularize this area. Please also watch Mrinal's interview in my channel, which will greatly help you plan for your trip to Bhagalpur. Thanks for watching.